Hello, Simbavati guides, and welcome. We are about to walk through everything, and I mean everything you need to know to absolutely ace your Phase 3 quiz on communication and guest relations. Let's get you ready for success.
So, you ready for this? Because this whole explainer, it's designed with just one single goal in mind, to take any of those pre-quiz jitters you might have and turn them into pure confidence for that assessment.
Yep, our goal today is simple: quiz confidence. I want you to think of this as your own personal mentor's guide. We're going to break down all the key ideas from your training manual and your study notes so that when you see those questions, you'll know not just the answer, but exactly why it's the right answer.
Okay, let's dive right in. We're starting with the absolute core of communication. I'm telling you, these first few points are the foundation for everything a great guide does, and you guessed it, they are central to your quiz.
First up, and this is a direct answer for your quiz, so listen closely, what is the primary purpose of communication for a guide? Well, it's not just to spit out information. It is to foster real, genuine guest engagement, and above all else, to create truly memorable experiences. That's the whole game.
And this quote from your training manual just nails it, doesn't it? This is the Simbavati standard. We are moving way beyond being walking encyclopedias. Our job is to be architects of experience.
So, how do we create those experiences? Well, one of the most powerful tools in our toolbox, and another key quiz topic, is storytelling. It's the magic that transforms a simple fact about a leopard into a story that gives you goosebumps. It's not fluff, it's the technique that makes information stick and a game drive completely unforgettable.
Now, this is a really key point your quiz is going to cover: creating an inclusive environment. You can't have a one-size-fits-all script, right? For a first-timer, you're building excitement and the basic knowledge. But for a seasoned safari goer, you're going deeper, sharing new stories, and connecting to what they already know.
So, the million-dollar question is, how do you actually do it? Well, here are the practical techniques, and you're going to want to remember these for the quiz. Asking open-ended questions. That's not just being polite. It literally invites everyone into the conversation. Using their names, making eye contact, these small actions make every single guest feel seen and valued.
All right, now let's see how these communication skills build into our next section, managing the guest experience. This is where the rubber meets the road, you know? It's where theory meets the beautiful, unpredictable reality of being out on a drive.
Okay, managing expectations is a huge part of the job, and it's a specific topic on your quiz. The key here isn't to promise a leopard, but to promise a fantastic experience. You do this by being totally honest about nature's unpredictability, and, this is crucial, by weaving their interests into the drive, no matter what you see.
Okay, check this out. Here's a scenario that might as well be straight from your assessment. You have a guest who is genuinely fearful of lions or leopards. What is the professional, correct response?
The answer, and you need to remember this, is all about building trust. You don't dismiss their fear, ever. You acknowledge it, and then you counter it with calm expertise. You reassure them by explaining the animal's likely behavior and, of course, our strict safety protocols. It's that mix of empathy and professionalism that builds trust.
And this really is the heart of it. Your calm confidence is contagious. When you are knowledgeable and you're in control, your guests feel safe. And that feeling of safety is what allows them to just relax and truly soak in the magic of the bush.
So what about a guest who just seems to be tuning out? Your quiz asks about this. The answer is a proactive three-step process. First, you notice the cues, the body language. Then, you adapt your style. Maybe you change your energy or switch topics. And finally, you gently pull them back into the experience with a direct, open-ended question. It's all about being perceptive and flexible.
All right, let's tackle the tough stuff. Handling difficult situations. These scenarios, they're designed to test your professionalism under pressure. And trust me, getting them right is what separates a good guide from a truly great one. Here's another classic quiz question for you. You've got a guest who is super enthusiastic, but they're constantly interrupting you. How do you manage this without ruining the atmosphere for everyone else?
The key here is a really cool technique called positive redirection. You don't shut them down. No way. You acknowledge their passion. That's a great point. Or I love your enthusiasm for this. And then you smoothly pivot right back to your topic. You validate their energy while keeping control of the experience for the whole group.
And when it comes to handling a complaint, there is a clear, professional protocol. This is an absolute must-know for your quiz. Step 1, you listen without interrupting and acknowledge their feelings. Step 2, you offer a solution or at least explain the next steps. And Step 3, always, 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 is to inform management. This makes sure the issue is handled properly from top to bottom.
So, the big picture strategy for any difficult guest can be boiled down to these 3 simple actions. Stay calm, listen to really understand what's going on, and redirect that energy. Remember this simple framework, and you can handle just about any situation with professional grace.
Okay, we've covered all the core concepts. Now, let's do a quick readiness check to make sure these ideas are really locked in. This is your chance to cement that confidence before you even look at the quiz.
First question for you. Right now, in your own words, what is the main goal of our communication with guests? Think beyond just facts. Think engagement. Think experience. You got this.
Okay, next up. Can you reel off those 3 critical steps for professionally handling a guest complaint? Listen, solution, inform. See? You've got it.
And finally, how do you handle that classic question about seeing a leopard or a lion? Remember, it's about being realistic, celebrating the unpredictability of nature, and making the drive personal.
You have all the answers. You understand the principles behind them. Look, this quiz isn't just about passing a test. It's about confirming you have the skills to be an exceptional Simbavati guide. Now go ace that assessment, and then get out there and create those unforgettable experiences. Good luck!